Ever wonder why some people seem to navigate life's ups and downs so effortlessly, while others struggle? It's not about luck or destiny, it's about emotional wellness, a crucial aspect of our overall well-being often overlooked. Emotional wellness is about being in tune with our emotions, understanding how to express them appropriately, and managing them effectively. In this journey of emotional discovery, we're going to explore 5 key areas that contribute to emotional wellness: self-awareness, self-compassion, emotional regulation, gratitude practices, and journaling. We'll delve into what each of these terms mean, how they impact our lives, and provide practical ways to incorporate them into our daily routines. Understanding and improving our emotional wellness can lead to more fulfilling relationships, better stress management, and a greater sense of contentment. It all starts with taking that first step towards understanding yourself better. Stay tuned as we delve into our first topic, self-awareness. What does it mean to be self-aware, and why is it important? At its core, self-awareness is understanding your own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, drives, values, and goals, and recognizing their impact on others. It's like holding up a mirror to your inner self, observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors objectively, without judgment. Now, you might be wondering, why is self-awareness so crucial? Well, self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional wellness. It's the starting point for understanding your emotional landscape, the highs and the lows, the calm and the storm. It's like being the captain of your own ship, navigating through the vast ocean of emotions. The more you understand about your own emotions, the better you can manage them. Let's think about it. Imagine you're feeling frustrated at work but can't pinpoint why. Self-awareness allows you to delve deeper, to recognize that it's not the workload, but the lack of recognition that's causing your frustration. Once you're aware of this, you can then communicate your need for recognition or find other ways to fulfill this need. But how does one cultivate self-awareness? It starts with introspection. Take time each day to reflect on your feelings, why you reacted a certain way to a situation, or why a particular event made you happy or sad. Question your motives, your reactions, your decisions. Another powerful tool for cultivating self-awareness is mindfulness. It's about being present in the moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's not about emptying your mind, but about becoming an observer of your own experience. And let's not forget feedback from others. Sometimes we have blind spots, aspects of ourselves that we're not aware of. Constructive feedback from others can help us see these blind spots, enhancing our self-awareness. As you can see, self-awareness is the first step towards emotional wellness. Now, let's move on to our next topic, self-compassion. How often do you show yourself the same kindness you show others? Let's pause for a moment and ponder on this question. It's a simple one, but it taps into a profound and often overlooked aspect of emotional wellness, self-compassion. Self-compassion is the act of extending compassion to oneself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or general suffering. It's about acknowledging that we are all human, we all make mistakes, and that's okay. Now, why is self-compassion so significant in emotional wellness? Well, it's like applying a soothing balm to our emotional wounds. It allows us to heal, grow, and move forward with resilience and strength. Plus, it helps us to cultivate a healthier, more positive relationship with ourselves. So what are the benefits of self-compassion? There's a multitude, but let's touch on a few key ones. First, it reduces negative states like anxiety, depression, and stress. Second, it fosters positive mind states like happiness, optimism, and satisfaction. Third, it encourages a growth mindset, allowing us to learn from our mistakes rather than beating ourselves up over them. Now let's look at some ways to cultivate self-compassion. One method is to practice mindfulness. This involves being present and aware of our feelings without judging or trying to suppress them. It's about acknowledging our feelings for what they are, instead of what we think they should be. Another way is to practice self-kindness. This means being gentle and understanding with ourselves when we are suffering or feel inadequate, rather than ignoring our pain or criticizing ourselves. Lastly, remember that everyone is human and everyone makes mistakes. Knowing this, we can feel connected with others in the experience of life's ups and downs, rather than feeling isolated in our suffering. So next time you stumble, instead of harsh self-criticism, try a little self-compassion. Embrace your imperfections, learn from your mistakes, and remember that you are worthy of kindness and respect, especially from yourself. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being kind to yourself. Next, we'll explore emotional regulation. Do you find yourself reacting impulsively to emotions, or do you respond thoughtfully? Emotional regulation is a key component of emotional wellness. It's the ability to effectively manage and respond to an emotional experience. It's not about suppressing your emotions, it's about understanding them and choosing how you'll react to them. Picture yourself in a challenging situation. Maybe you're stuck in traffic, late for a meeting, and your frustration is building up. Emotional regulation is the difference between letting that frustration boil over into road rage or taking a deep breath, acknowledging your frustration and choosing to channel it into something more constructive, like listening to an engaging podcast or audiobook. So, why is emotional regulation so important? Well, it's the cornerstone of mental resilience. It can help you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. It can improve your relationships as you're less likely to lash out in anger or withdraw in sadness. It can also boost your overall well-being, reducing the risk of depression and anxiety. But how do you cultivate emotional regulation? The first step is to become aware of your emotions. Recognize what you're feeling and why. This awareness gives you the power to choose your response. Next is practicing mindfulness. By living in the present moment, you can observe your emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. It's like watching a storm from the safety of your home. You see the lightning, you hear the thunder, but you're not out there getting soaked. And finally, consider seeking support if needed. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional can provide perspective and helpful coping strategies. Remember, emotional regulation is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. You might not get it right every time, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep trying, keep learning, and keep growing. Mastering emotional regulation can truly transform your life. Moving on, let's explore gratitude practices. When was the last time you truly felt grateful? Gratitude practices are mindful acknowledgements of the positive aspects of our lives. It's the act of noticing, appreciating, and expressing thanks for the goodness that surrounds us. It might seem simple, but these practices can have a profound impact on our emotional wellness. Immersing ourselves in gratitude can shift our focus away from negative emotions and thoughts. It helps us to appreciate what we have, rather than fixating on what we lack. It encourages positivity, reduces stress, and fosters resilience. It's an incredibly powerful tool for emotional regulation because it grounds us in the present moment and allows us to see our lives from a more balanced perspective. So, how can we cultivate gratitude? There are numerous ways. One popular method is to keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a phone call with a friend, or the beauty of the sunset. Another practice is to express gratitude directly to others. This could be thanking a colleague for their help, or telling a loved one how much they mean to you. It's an act that not only fosters your own emotional wellness, but also strengthens your relationships. Gratitude can indeed shift our perspective towards life. Finally, let's delve into the power of journaling. Have you ever considered writing your thoughts down as a form of therapy? Let's dive into a practice that's as old as written language itself. Journaling. Journaling is the act of expressing your thoughts and feelings on paper. It's like having a personal, confidential conversation with yourself, a safe space to explore your deepest emotions without judgment. Now, why is journaling essential for emotional wellness? Well, journaling allows you to clarify your thoughts and feelings, making it easier to understand yourself better. It's a mirror that reflects your inner world, helping you recognize patterns and triggers in your emotional responses and thus fostering self-awareness. Journaling is also a fantastic way to practice self-compassion. When you write about challenging experiences, you are essentially validating your feelings, acknowledging that it's okay to feel the way you do. Additionally, journaling serves as a form of emotional regulation. By venting your emotions on paper, you create a release valve for stress, anxiety, and other overwhelming emotions. It's like having an emotional first aid kit at your fingertips. And let's not forget about gratitude. Journaling can be a fantastic platform for expressing gratitude, which, as we've discussed, plays a major role in emotional wellness. By writing down what you're thankful for, you're training your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Journaling can be a powerful tool in your emotional wellness journey. Let's summarize what we've learned today. So, what have we learned about emotional wellness today? We've discovered that it's an essential aspect of overall well-being, and it starts with self-awareness. Understanding our emotions and why they occur is the first step towards healthier emotional habits. We've also delved into the concept of self-compassion, reminding ourselves that it's okay not to be perfect. We should treat ourselves with the same kindness we extend to others, especially during challenging times. Emotional regulation is another crucial component we've explored. It's all about managing our emotions in a way that's constructive rather than destructive, turning our feelings into fuel for personal growth. We also touched on gratitude practices, which involve actively recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives. Lastly, we discussed journaling as a powerful tool for emotional expression and introspection. Remember, your emotional health matters. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the helpful links in the video description below. Until next time, take care of your emotional wellness.